What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brendan. I hope you are having a wonderful day. It's time to go to the thrift stores, and I'm taking you along for the ride like I always do. I'm pretty hyper-focused on two things this trip. Fall items, seasonal items, which includes Halloween and Christmas, specifically sprinkling some Thanksgiving in between. Those are the items that I'm focused on first, and maybe we'll find a bunch of stuff in between. Who knows? But for now, let's get to the stores. Normally when I'm sourcing Vector's Ball mugs, I'm looking for the holiday ones. I don't think this qualifies because it's just a mouse with some cheese, but the last two comparables sold and have sold, they're done. They're off the market. One sold for 10, one sold for 6. I think that is criminally low for a mug like this. So I think I'm the only one that's going to have this, and at $3, I'm going to list it at $25. I believe $25 is absolutely fair. $10 and $6 is way too low for that mug, but it's not a holiday mug. I have no idea when it's going to sell. If you're a newer seller, there's probably other things that would make more sense for you to purchase because this is a stretch for me, but I believe that that mug sells between $21 and $25. No chips, no cracks, no crazing of any kind, but I'm really used to sourcing holiday mugs from that brand, Christmas in particular, although I think they do other holidays, like they might do Hanukkah. I don't remember exactly, but Vector's Ball is a great brand, and I'm picking those mugs up much more often now that we are coming into holiday season. And I just found and listed a snowman one that was really cool. So keep your eye out for that brand. Stretch on the mouse mug. These should be for you, I think, a no-brainer. This is Brooks Beast 20, and then based on the manufacturer's code that you'll see at the top of the tag on the inside of the tongue, once I show you, just searching that keyword alone will give you around 40 active listings, but 110 have sold in the last 90 days. This style, for whatever reason, is extremely popular. I've thrown these in the wash. They photographed well. We've got some very small imperfections. It almost looks like there was a little bit of paint spackle on the front of them. None of that is going to matter. These are going to cost me $5.50. I have them listed for $45. And you saw me pick up those Keens. We're moving out of fall and into winter in terms of my sourcing. And so for me, Keens do well very early fall and then very middle of spring. So I don't source them sort of outside of those windows. And for me, I'm outside that window. So I'm going to leave those Keens for somebody else. But if you see Brooks Beast 20, take another look at it because they sell extremely well. I'm going to say sold maybe 5, 6, 7 of them in the last 24 months, and I continue to source them. Cole Haan, you guys have said pay a little bit more attention to them, so I'm going to grab these 0 grands. They're kind of hard, like the lighting is weird right here. They're obviously kind of hard. It's hard to determine if they're blue or gray. They are blue, but I'm going to grab them because they're a size 14. They're in good enough condition to where if I just give them a nice little wipe down, I think we're good. They don't need to be thrown in the wash, but I like that size 14, so I'm going to pick these up. Terra Peak says the average sales price for the last 2 years for those is $45. So that's what we're going for right here. And ladies, I hope you're proud of me here. I'm still looking at women's clothing, even though I'm terrible at it. So Stod. This is a sort of a newer designer brand started in 2015 by Sarah Staudinger, and I don't know what her claim to fame is, but I think her mom was like really good friends with Cher, and so I don't know, maybe she's Hollywood royalty or at least close to it. Anyway, this is a sweater dress, amazing condition, and I have this listed for $150. You could see it was like pink with the orange. It was in some of her like marketing materials that I found online when I was trying to do research on that company, but that was a sweet sweater dress. And the comparables, they don't show that exact style, but it looks like they sell pretty regularly in the like $200 range on her website. So I thought that was a pretty good find because I don't do women's clothing. It's not a strong point of mine, but I am still, trying to learn these things slowly but surely. So I thought that was a good pickup. It was a good brand. I think the brand is relevant, right? Because it's not even 10 years old. And she seems like a young up-and-coming fashion designer. She's got a partner in that business, but $150 on that. It'll sell in the $130 to $150 range. Even though we are moving out of the summer season, I'm definitely grabbing Smartwool because I am a brand buyer before I am a style buyer. or a seasonal buyer for that matter, even though I'm paying much more close attention to the seasons. But I've already sold that skirt for $50. It sold very, very fast. Smartwool, if that was not a Bolo brand for you, please put it on your list. I do have another one listed, same exact style, but in black, and I have the black one listed for $60, so it'll probably take a little bit longer for that one to sell. I might even take an offer on it, who knows, but $50 on the Smartwool skirt, selling fast in the month of September. It's about as good as it can get right there if we're talking about selling something that could potentially be out of season. So looking at the rest of the rack here, I don't remember that there was anything else that I pulled off here. Maybe I'll surprise myself, but a lot of this is unscripted, so I don't really remember, and yeah, we're just kind of winging it right here. But okay, so I had these in my cart, and you can clearly see some of the visible damage on the sides here. I'll try to show you each side. But this is Skechers. It's vintage. It's Y2K, it's got the chunky soles, it's checking all of the boxes of something that is extremely popular right now that you might not have been aware of. So I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it. I don't end up picking them up, but if you can find Y2K vintage Skechers, especially the jammers, anything with chunky soles from that era, they are selling extremely well. Put that on your Bolo list as well, because it is all things like 2000s, Y2K, and who would have thought of all brands, Skechers would have an item that you want to be on the lookout for. Well, it's not just the jammers, it's the chunky sole, it's that time frame. Keep your eye out for those, even though I left that pair of shoes behind. Take a look at this beauty right here. We've got a clothing basket, a hamper from Lamont. I think it says Athena right there on the sticker. I believe this is brand new with tags, even though I have this currently listed as pre-owned, but I don't think this has ever been touched. So they've got a price of $14 on this. And there was a woman that was looking at it and then just decided that it wasn't right for her. So I came in, and I took a double take, and boy, am I glad I did. One of these recently just sold in almost the same condition, although mine I think is a little bit newer. Take a look at that. It's like spotless. For $160 with free shipping. So I'm going to list mine for $150. I'm going to mark it pre-owned. We're going to say, hey, I think this is brand new, but just to be careful, looks amazing. These baskets too, these wicker baskets are all phenomenal too. Those could have been Bolos right there, but I'm grabbing that hamper, $150 on that. This next one here, Dooney & Burke, this is Essex pebbled leather crossbody bag. There's a lot of these listed, and I only see like 7 or 8 sold in the last 90 days. I'm going to grab it, and I have mine listed on the high side at $70. I'm going to try to outpicture everybody so that my listing stands out. Hopefully it sells in the $60 to $70 range. I'm going to pick this up, even though I think, like I said, there's like 40 of these listed. So I'm going to try to play the my pictures are the best game and see if I can stand out a little bit. But that purse there, and then I'm going to take this wristlet from Patricia Nash. This is called the Savina, Savena. I paid up for this at $10, but it is in such good condition, and I do very well with Patricia Nash tooled leather like you see here. So I'll list it at $30 or so, and it'll probably sell between $25 and $30. But again, great condition. I'm trying to like check the interior here, my oldest daughter. But yeah, so I'm gonna grab that one. Then we'll move over into the home goods section. I don't pick up Pyrex a lot. This one was a different story, even at $9 though, because the paint job is so nicely intact. These get scratched up really good, right? So this is a 4-quart, 444 Friendship Red Pyrex bowl. Excellent condition, not a single crack on it, hardly a scratch. So the paint job looks fantastic. These are very consistent sellers at around $35. I might be able to get more if I am so inclined and I feel like I should list it higher. I have it currently at $35. That's probably where it's going to stay, and that's probably where it is going to sell. But when it was in that type of a condition, all things considered, there's a lot of them listed, but it sells fairly well. So it's in my inventory. I'm taking it home. I don't think there was any other Pyrex here that caught my attention, so we're good. In fact, I was going to look at the silverware. I just passed up on that too. I like to move, as quick as I can when I'm in these stores. Sometimes it takes a lot longer for me to make decisions than it does. That was a no-brainer with the Pyrex there, and this pair of shoes also a no-brainer. I think if you look at the inside, so it's a pair of boots from Free People, even though it says made in Italy right here. It's the Braden snakeskin ankle boot, excellent condition. But if you just look at that kind of looks generic, right? So maybe that's what a lot of people miss. This caught my eye because it is fall season, so I'm hitting boots hard. Snake skin in excellent condition. The snip toe, that little like piece of metal on the front there, just really nicely articulated. Very cool design. I'm grabbing them. They are going to cost me $6, and I have them listed for $100. So we have a pair of boots for fall season, which is perfect. We got lucky and found more of a summer item with the Smartwool. That was a fast seller, so that worked out as well. Holiday stuff, not so much, but overall, some pretty good finds. All right, in the next couple of days, I'm headed up to the Goodwill outlet, so if you want to see more bins footage, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As for everything I sourced in today's video, I spent almost $70. My total listed value comes to exactly $700. Another wonderful trip, and as always, I am super thankful for you following me along on this journey. Brennan here, Dad Planet, the One Man Show. That's all I've got for you today, and we will see you in the next video.